Hey everybody, welcome back to Hey Let's Practice. This is Brett. I'm helping you practice your way through the Hal Leonard guitar method. If you enjoy the videos, do me a favor, like and subscribe. Drop a comment, let me know how you're doing. Let me know what you think of the videos. I hope I've been helpful to folks so far, so just let me know how I'm doing. Today we're going to be doing number 77 on page 36 of the Hal Leonard guitar method. This is Hey Ho, Nobody's Home. It features a couple of things that we've been working on, and one of those is the E minor chord. So when you do what I call the final exam, which is playing along with the backing track on the audio that came along with your book, one of the ways that you should be trying to do the final exam is strumming along. That sort of thing, along with the backing track. So be the strummer along with the backing track, in addition to playing along with the melody along with the backing track. So we're going to practice the melody, but in the previous video to this, the one I just recorded, we practiced that E minor chord, that 2 and 3 fingering on the second fret of the A string and the D string, which gives us that nice E minor chord. And that's the only chord that we're using in this song. So when you strum, you can just strum beats 1, 2, 3, 4. That's totally acceptable. You could do the rhythm that's in number 76, which is 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1. You could do that rhythm. You could do one of the rhythms that was on the previous page. You could say 1, you can do any rhythm that you want. You can mix and match, you can do whatever you want. But when you take that, what I call the final exam, make sure that at least one of those times you try to strum along with the backing track. That'll be kind of fun. Okay, so now there is also a repeat that's right before the last measure. Now, when we say the notes out loud without playing, we're going to ignore that repeat. But when we play, we're going to do the repeat, which means when I say and play B, A, G, F sharp, we're all the way back to the beginning. Okay? So let's say the notes first, ignoring the repeat, and then when we play, we're going to play the repeat and go all the way back to the beginning. So let's say the notes out loud. 1, 2, say the notes. Ready, say. E, D, E, 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 B, E, E, F sharp, G, 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 F sharp, then B, A, B, A, B, A, B, A, G, F sharp, E, 2, 3, 4, done. Okay, now why did I say F sharp? I forgot to mention that there's an F sharp in the key signature, which means that every single F that you run into is an F sharp. It doesn't matter whether it's this F sharp or this F sharp or this F sharp. All right, doesn't matter if it's this F sharp. Right, every F that you run into is an F sharp. All right, so that's the deal. Now, when we play it now, we're going to take the repeat. So the F sharp before the repeat goes right back to that E at the beginning of the tune. All right, let's see how we do. 1, 2, play and say. 1, 2, ready, go. E, 2, D, 4, E, B, and E, F sharp, G, 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 F sharp. Now B, A, B, A, B, A, B, A, G, F sharp, E, D, we're back at the beginning, E, 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 B, now E, E, F sharp, G, 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 F sharp, now B, A, sharp E, 2, 3, 4, we're done. Okay, so that second line is kind of tricky because of the F sharps, right? Sticking that pinky out there to grab those F sharps. It's a little tricky. You'll get used to it. Like I said, anything, like I've said in the past, anything that you do, you can get used to, right? Even if it's tricky, difficult, complicated, whatever, you'll get used to it. Okay, now this time we're going to play, but we're going to say the counts. So when I say the beginning and I start on that E, I'm going to say 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so forth, right? You're perfectly free to just say the beats, just 1, 2, 3, 4, when you're not playing eighth notes. But in my experience, having that base of rhythm where you're subdividing all the time makes more complex rhythms easier to process because you're already subdividing those beats anyway. All right, let's give it a shot. Here we go. Good luck. 1 and 2 and ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 you're done. Okay, at that tempo a whole note lasts a while, right? Okay, so hope you did okay. If you have trouble remembering to take the repeat back to the beginning, just know that that's completely normal. Everybody has that stumbling block. It helps if you think of looking ahead, always looking ahead of where you actually are, which means that when you're looking ahead to the repeat, ahead means back to the beginning. So that's another concept to sort of get used to a little bit. Now, and again, the final exam is play along with the backing track that came with the audio that came with your book. And they go faster. As always, they go faster. We practice slowly, okay? The tempo I just took with this video might be too fast for some of you. It's totally fine. Take your time, go slower, use me as sort of a midway point, and then use the audio that came with your book as your final exam. So give it a shot, have fun, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, bye-bye, folks.